we talked to you yesterday. You said the worst thing you could think of is having to go home and not play now. What do you think about following that loss? What do you kind of plan to do this summer in terms of driving your career forward, this team's, path forward?
Disappointing, for sure, for it to end. I don't look at it as a failure. I don't look at any situation like that as a failure. A failure is only when you stop trying to compete for something, striving to be your best. So for me, this summer, it's going back and attacking everything that I can get better at, be in better shape, add a couple more things to my game, and elevate myself. Feel like I'm on the right path, and I'll continue that, and I will be a better player next year.
Payne, when you look back just at the series, how do you kind of assess that? Al mentioned earlier that he thought you guys were the better team. You guys did outplay them the majority of the series. How do you kind of look back at how things transpired?
It's a learning experience. You got to take care of the games that when you have them. We let games 1 and 2 slip. Game 4, we were up again, let that one slip. So you put yourself in a hole. We had to be perfect. And I thought this last game, the Knicks played their best basketball game in the series, and they blew us out. But if we take care of things and, this ends up probably going 7, then we have a chance at home. So you learn from it. And so if we're in the same experience again or same situation, that, hopefully we'll be better from it.
Peyton, I know last year was a different result, but with arguably the same group, and obviously Jason Tatum getting injured, what makes this specific group so special?
Just the character of the guys in the room. True winners, true professionals, people that attack the game. So I think that's what makes the group special. I think this year we didn't necessarily win the championship, but it was a successful year as far as like the way people approached their everyday. But yeah, that's what makes them special.
Peyton, you mentioned the way you approach it and, how that was a success and also that nothing's a failure, but like the way it went out combined with the uncertainty that comes with any offseason, really, like how do you balance those emotions of how Game 6 happened versus like what you said, like it's not a failure because of the process that went into it?
So your question is, how do I control my emotions off that?
Kinda, yeah. Like obviously no one likes to lose, especially in the way it happens, but also like having the context of how everything that went into it was successful. Like how does that balance going into the summer?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the emotions is, you just lost Game 6, and like I said, it's disappointing, but I look at it like the Spurs, right? You consider them having a dynasty. They never went back-to-back, but since they never went back-to-back, is that all those years that they didn't win a failure, or did those years help them win the next championship? So it's just, like I said, it's about attacking the next year and the year after that, and never, giving up on trying to achieve being on top of the mountain again. So like I said, attack this summer personally, and our team will get better, and we'll put ourselves in a position to compete for another one.
It's a great point that you make about the Spurs. I want to kind of play into that a little bit with this, but you now know the feeling of getting knocked out after winning a championship. You obviously knew the feeling of getting knocked out before you won a championship. How does the feeling and the motivation differ now that you have experienced getting to the mountaintop last season?
It's more motivating to get back on top now. So you were on top, you got knocked off. Now it's time to work to get back there. I don't feel like it's, we've won our ring. I'm a champion. I don't feel like yes, I have that on my name, but I would like to experience that, achieve that success again. So, yeah, we will, like I said, we'll do everything. I know I personally will do everything in my power to help the team accomplish that again.
Obviously, offseason can be uncertain, but with Jason Tatum likely to miss most, if not all, of next season, how much faith do you still have in this group to be really competitive next season and potentially contend? Like, do you feel confident in this group's ability to do that, despite the fact that things could be a little bit uncertain.
100%. We will put a good team together, a lot of competitors, and people will go out there and lay it all on the line every night. And I believe people will elevate their games and to have bigger roles, especially with JT being out until he comes back. And they should take full advantage of it and be ready for those opportunities. And we will compete.
Al is set to hit free agency. He just said it's too soon to think about his future. How much of a void would it leave if he does not come back?
I mean, you can't replace Al. So I definitely hope we get that figured out, because his just locker room presence alone is just crucial. And then having him on the court, it's just, for all the young guys, just to see how he goes about his business, how professional he is. It's just a leader. So we definitely need him back.